Traders, it's Michael again. Just jumping back here, I promised I'd come back and look at a trade that we did yesterday on 8/27 for the US dollar Canadian dollar pair. It's Friday. The markets have a little while longer, the foreign exchange markets at least. It's Friday at about 3:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was looking at a 3-hour chart yesterday, and basically I put out some prior videos, and it was essentially a recap along with a short scalp trade that ended up going our way. Ended up 78 pip profit on a 10 lot trade. If you were to place that trade, 10 lots, it would have costed you about $200 to control that position. 10 mini lots, that's $10 a pip, and also 220 pips on the downside if you were to lose, and about 80 pips on the upside, which is a 3-to-1 profit loss ratio if you were to win. This trade went in our favor, and I'll show you what happens. Basically, my premise is that now that we've had some resistance up here at 1.34 area, that we were going to basically drop back down and have some channeling between 1.32. So far, knock on wood, that's what's going on. As you can see, we got the line down here, which is 1.3143. That's sort of the level that I see. If it starts shooting through that level, I'm going to start wondering. We are seeing a little bit of intraday head and shoulders style formations. As long as it gets obeyed above these Fibonacci and slightly historical support and resistance levels that you can see it's been obeying at, then we should be still seeing some channeling. Just to give you a little bit more of a defined set for the channel, I want to show you something real quick. And I'm going to put the upside for the channel, so far one of the channel opportunities here. And I'm going to bolden that line a little bit. Let me see what we could do here. Throw that on. Make it blue, not so negative. Yeah, blue's a color of logic, so fits well. We're doing a logical thing here. So then if I jump over and throw on another one at the 1.32 area, which I already have one there, but I'm going to, actually, you know what? I'm going to edit that one. Might as well be efficient. So if I click that, jump down, make that a bright blue as well. I'll bolden that as well. There we go. So you can see one of the channel opportunities. Another one is, and this is sort of the line in the sand in terms of this trade, and that is one that I'd be concerned if it dropped through there. My premise on the previous or original video was that this thing was going to break through the 1.32 area, and if it did, it was going to shoot up, which it did. Other traders saw, but then it hit some resistance up here at 1.34 area, almost just below 1.3350, and came back down. We saw some double top formations, and it's been breaking through 1.32, but ultimately it's been obeying it so far over the last couple hours, over the last trading day. So yesterday what I did is, and if you watch my last video from 8/27, I did a scalp trade right here, and I basically did it at 1.3170 with a stop at 22 pips below, which I think just fell around this area, and then also a limit at 1.3248, right below the 1.3250 intermediate psychological resistance level, so to speak. It ended up shooting up, knocking me out of the trade on the upside. Took a reasonable profit loss of a little over 3-to-1, and you know, if I would have lost, I would have lost. That's how this game goes. You have to have, you know, a profit loss ratio. Over the long run, you could lose more than half sometimes, and as long as you're tight enough and you have that money management, you could still make money. Then over time, you could increase the times that you're right versus the times that you're wrong. So if I jump back over, and I want to show you something real quick. You don't want to see my LinkedIn. Alright, so if you look right here, we got out a profit loss of 78.3. If I would have lost, it would have said negative 22. So positive 78.3 profit loss. So watch my video from yesterday, and you know, also the previous ones that had the longer term sentiment. And that's, I believe here we have actually an opportunity, though there's a little from the previous. If I draw another Fibonacci retracement zone right here from like more of a shorter term one, and let me knock this volume off, unless you're dealing with an ETF. That was Bollinger Bands. Unless you're dealing with an ETF, volume does not work in this decentralized market. You have to actually use a proxy in a way of volume, which is a stochastic oscillator of some sort. or an oscillator of some sort, stochastics or what have you. So I'm going to take this default volume off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a stochastics RSI or a stochastics relative strength index. I like using this one. It's more clear to me. Alright, and then you can see here, you know, we're at a neutral area. You would have saw yesterday too, I mentioned that we're actually in an oversold area yesterday and that it's improbable for it to go too low down here, and it actually came up. You can see that we're in a neutral area and it's starting to cross down. You got to realize it's lagging. I see some channeling. I actually see a decrease of the channeling within this zone. The fact that if I draw another Fibonacci level from the recent low, and I use the wicks most of the time, right there. And it's very hard to see, but we're actually hitting the 68%. The fact that we're hitting that, we're hitting a previous psychological support level that's getting stronger, and we also have a slight upward sloping trend line that it's obeying. I actually see another short-term opportunity to go long the Canadian dollar. I'm actually going to do, the current price is 1.3219. I'm going to place, and I might not get in, but I'm going to place it slightly above the 1.32 area, 1.3205, and then I'm also going to do a sell limit right below this area of 1. I'm going to do it actually the same as yesterday. I'm going to do a 1.3205 buy limit, and then I'm going to do a sell limit at 1.32 65, right below the 70 line. I have a few other reasons for doing 70, but I'm going to do it right below there, and then I'm going to do a 3-to-1 profit loss, and we'll come back and check in on this trade on Sunday. Good luck, and have a good weekend. Thanks.